Pizza ovens, they're everywhere this summer, and there's a good reason for it, because we all love pizza. I've got hold of a Gozney Dome, and I'm going to show you how to make the most out of your pizza oven. This is probably the closest I'm going to get to a professional restaurant grade pizza oven, but in the comfort of my own back garden. In this episode, I'm going to show you 3 important things: how to set up your pizza oven, make a quick pizza base, and how to cook a decent pizza as a beginner. Write some notes down and let's go. When using a gas connector, make sure it's on firmly and securely to your canister. Best tip is using a big canister just like this, and make sure that that connector is on very securely. Now it's safe to turn on the gas. But this is very specific for a Gozney edition. It's really windy today, true British summer. I can't decide whether it's winter, windy, or it's sunny today. We've got here the Gozney arch and the flute extension. This is going to make the entry, this is going to make the entrance, the door of the wood fire oven smaller. Therefore, it's actually going to help it light up a lot faster and stop that, maybe some of that wind blowing that flame out. Now that's what I call a decent sized flute. Now it's time to light her up. Hold down the ignition till you can hear a few clicks and then release more gas to let it light up. Let's go through the tools for the job. You're going to need an infrared thermometer. So this is different from the probe thermometers I've used in our previous videos, because obviously it uses infrared to measure the temperature of something. So particularly we're going to be measuring the inside of the oven and the base of the pizza oven to make sure it's at the right temperature. So if I point it at something, say at my husband, yeah, it says hot stuff. Next up, we're going to need a peel. So I've got a flat peel like this. This is going to be for putting the pizza on and getting it into the oven, but also what they call a turning peel. These are really useful, not necessary, but I think it will really help you in getting the best quality pizza, because what this will do is when the pizza is in the oven, you can help spin it and turn it around, because trust me, you don't want your hands going anywhere near in that oven. I learned the hard way the first time I used this pizza oven. What you're also going to need is a dough scraper. This is going to help us manage the dough. You could also use like a spatula. That's it. And a patient chef. And then for the ingredients of this, we're going to be using today semolina. Flour burns as soon as it goes into the pizza oven. Where you use the semolina on the base of the pizza dough, it's much nicer and easier to handle. Obviously, we're going to need pizza dough, and I've got these defrosted. These are pre-made pizza doughs. You can get these in the supermarket, in the frozen section. It's so handy. Or you can make a big batch of pizza dough yourself. That is in another video, I'll link here, where you can ball it and shape it and freeze it, and then you just got them ready when you want to. So I've defrosted these last night, and they've been proving nice and slowly, defrosting slowly, ready for today. Such the best tip and hack for making pizza. Obviously we could do another whole video on going into like the hydration and how to do a sourdough pizza, but I think I'm gonna leave it to you pizza experts for that. I'm a mum. I gotta find the quickest way to get pizza out. We have here some pizza base. So this is tomatoes. It's seasoned with herbs that I got from the garden, oregano, basil. This is fairly loose because I want to be able to make it spreadable. I think you could also get this pre-made as well. But just blend up some really nice ripe tomatoes, plenty of seasoning, and some herbs. I'm gonna make a really simple margherita, but I'm just gonna use 2 types of cheese. I got this from my local Italian store, so it's some cubed diced mozzarella, nice and small so it melts evenly, quickly as well, and some Parmesan. And last but not least, some good quality olive oil. Let's check on the temperature of the oven. I always forget on the dome that it has its own internal thermometer we can use. Let's turn this on. So it says it's at 383 degrees on the inside of that oven. And my thermometer says on the base, It's 282, so we've still got a little while to go. What we're aiming for are these temperatures here. Semolina.
When you're handling the pizza dough, you don't want to disrupt the ball and the shape too much, so be careful when you lift it. Okay, let's shape the pizza dough. You want to gently press the dough into a round pizza shape without disturbing the edge of the crust. We definitely don't want to be using a rolling pin, as that will knock out all of the air that you're trying to get into the base. Instead, you can carefully spread it out or gently pull it using your hands or knuckles. I'm not quite as advanced as throwing it in the air yet, but you get the idea. So you're just stretching and pulling a little bit more until you're happy with the size and shape of your pizza base. Sometimes you can find that the pizza dough is just not stretching very well. It's a little bit hard. That means it's a little bit too cold, and let it come to room temperature a bit more and then try again, and it will warm up with the temperature of your hands.
I'm going to get the dough on the peel and then flavor it up.
Right, it's like a freaking hurricane out here, so I'm working fast. I'm just getting that pizza sauce on the base, avoiding the crust, and topping it off with some mozzarella cheese because I want this to melt first.
Hats off to people who make pizza making look really easy, because it's hard. This dough's a little bit overproofed, I think. That's why it's a little bit harder to stretch out. And into the oven it goes. Aim and no hesitation.
So my tips here are: keep an eye on that pizza. Use a turning peel to help move it around that pizza oven and cooking it more evenly. This is why it's so important that the base of the pizza oven is up to temperature as well, so that the base and the crust cooks just as fast as the topping will, because no one wants a soggy base. Now, I haven't overloaded my pizza, but I'm just going to keep an eye on it, and you can see how quickly this is cooking. For a beginner, I'm pretty happy with that result. Look at that.
I'm going to finish it with some basil, because if I put this at the start, it's just going to burn. Parmesan, it doesn't blow away. I'm going to carefully pop it in for just a few seconds to melt that cheese. And there we go. Really, really quick pizza.
I don't have a pizza rocker or cutter yet, so a sharp knife will do here.
This definitely isn't the best looking pizza I've seen before. Honestly, you pizza aficionados, you make it look easy, but this tastes delicious. Such simple ingredients, good quality, in-season tomatoes, got lovely cheese. This basil makes it super fresh, and I'm not unhappy about it. But any tips and tricks, please leave them in the comments below, and I hope to see you again next week. Ciao.